What's up, everyone? Welcome to the June 15th edition of DraftKings Tournament Plays presented by Prize Picks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as a reminder, you receive a 100% first deposit bonus up to $100 on your first deposit using the code Awesemo. Your first deposit, the Prize Picks, that is. Use the code Awesemo, 100% first deposit bonus up to $100. Also, one free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. I guess now probably called Stochastic Plus Platinum, but same thing. So be sure to use the code when you sign up at Prize Picks. As usual, we're going to take a look at 3 of the top tournament stacks and 3 of the top tournament pitchers on tonight's DraftKings slate. We have 9 games. We're going to use the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool on the Stochastic.com website. Spent years saying Awesemo, and now I need to learn how to say this word again. But so Stochastic.com website, using the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool, as usual. So starting with the top 3 stacks, number 3, the Boston Red Sox taking on James Kaprielian. Kaprielian has really struggled this year. He had some success previously, but this year he's been awful. 15.6% strikeout percentage, 5.16 xFIP so far for Kaprielian, taking on the Boston Red Sox, who their active roster has a 111 WRC plus, a 164 ISO. This is a pretty tough spot for Kaprielian. It's also in Fenway Park, so a park downgrade for Kaprielian, the home park for the Red Sox. 5% aggregate ownership projected for Boston, 7% chance of being the top scoring stack, and a 2% chance of being the top value stack. Number 2, the Atlanta Braves taking on Eric Fetty. He has an 18.6% strikeout percentage and a 4.48 xFIP so far this year. The Braves active roster does have a lot of strikeouts, but it also has a lot of power with a league-leading 210 ISO. They're missing Ozzie Albies, who fractured his foot, but there's still a ton of power in this lineup. They're projected for 6% ownership with a 9% chance of being the top scoring stack and a 3% chance of being the top value stack. And number 1, the San Diego Padres taking on Caleb Killian. This is only Killian's second major league appearance. He made 10 starts at AAA this year. He had a respectable 25.7% strikeout percentage and 3.37 FIP, but most projection systems do expect him to fare considerably worse in the major leagues. And the Padres are a league average offense with a 102 WRC plus so far this year. They're also inexpensive with a 13% chance of being the top value stack tonight, 10% aggregate ownership, and a 12% chance of being the top scoring stack. Now, looking at the top 3 tournament pitchers, number 3, Roanzi Contreras. Brutal matchup tonight against the St. Louis Cardinals in St. Louis. The Cardinals have been one of the most productive offenses in baseball with a 115 WRC plus. They also only have an 18.5% strikeout percentage on their active roster. But Contreras is one of the top pitching prospects in baseball. He's only $6,900, and in 7 total games, 4 total starts with the Pirates so far, he has managed to strike out 28.2% of hitters. He's only projected for 8% ownership with a 12% chance of being a top 2 scoring pitcher and a 17% chance of being a top 2 value pitcher. Number 2, Tyler Anderson, $9,600 price tag. He's taking on the Los Angeles Angels tonight. The Angels' active roster has a 113 WRC plus now that they have Taylor Ward back, but they also have a 25.5% strikeout percentage. Anderson has struck out 23.4% of hitters with a 3.68 xFIP so far this season. He's projected for about 11% ownership with a 20% chance of being a top 2 pitcher and an 8% chance of being a top 2 value pitcher. And number 1, Shane McClanahan, also in a difficult matchup against the New York Yankees. The Yankees have a 122 WRC plus and a 21.4% strikeout percentage on their active roster. But McClanahan's been one of the best strikeout pitchers in baseball this year. He has a 35.5% strikeout percentage, 2.01 xFIP. He's projected for 24% ownership with a 26% chance of being a top 2 pitcher at $10,400. So to recap, the top 3 tournament stacks: number 3, the Boston Red Sox; number 2, the Atlanta Braves; and number 1, the San Diego Padres. And the top 3 tournament pitchers: number 3, Roanzi Contreras; number 2, Tyler Anderson; and number 1, Shane